attack move by heart.
Right.
So from there, like, because I mean, yeah, I can totally understand and expect that people are going to get bored just capping, and there's people that want to fight, like really want to fight, and
Right.
I say, let's do it, because it's the game we have to get down.
Yep.
So for me, a win would be taking out half their lance in the battle, even if we lose.
I agree.
Right, like not going down completely stomped.
Right.
And then, like, in that scenario, if 2 light mechs of ours manage to get away, or maybe even a medium, right, we bug out. You guys, the Alpha Lance is down, and we have them that damaged and that grouped, then we spread out and we start making use of our speed. Go back, cap, and whatever, and we might just squeak one out.
Right.
Also, you know, while I've got some people here, like, from a leadership perspective, how am I doing?
Senjin, I think you're doing great. I think that the biggest challenge is reining in the personalities. And I'll tell you, as a teacher, I do a lot of leading, I see a lot of leading, and it's never an easy job, right? Crap constantly flows uphill, and that's something that people never tell you before you go into leadership, right? And so the issue is that I don't think that anyone has any place critiquing or questioning the leadership that's been going on, because they're not stepping up and doing it themselves, right? And when somebody is willing to step up and put themselves out there, they start to understand better what that is. And so you're not ever going to hear criticism from me in the form of, you know, this is wrong and we need to do it this way. It is simply always going to be that you're doing what every other leader has done before you, which is put yourself out there, and that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. There is a quote from Tex, because if you can't lead good, lead poorly.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, man, I think you're doing a bang-up job, and just
awesome.
You know,
well, thanks.
I want everybody to kind of realize that if they think they can do it better, that's fine, but there's a way to do that, and it's not during a match, it's not during a night, and it's not showing frustration against a current situation.
You think you're doing it, you can do it better, do you get banned?
Say it again, Grape.
If you think you can do it better, prove it or get banned.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a little bit of wisdom in that, right? Like, if you can do it better, dude, that's great. Like, show us, right? Don't.
If you think something's gonna work, put it in a way that doesn't sound like you're a douchebag about it.
I do apologize, but I disagree with you guys because I have not actually played a single comp match with you, so I cannot form a valid opinion.
I played 3 of them, it sucked. I got murdered.
It's an uphill learning curve, that is for sure.
Speaking of which, you guys might have had joined you since we're in the speed drops channel.
Yeah, man. No, that's great. I've got a few matches left for sure.
Cool.
So.
I see that too. And one of the things the guys were saying in comp with the artillery strikes, like if we get them into a murder ball and basically hide our smoke, there's a gameplay mechanic that where the smoke lands, like if it's going to land on top of a building that wouldn't put it on the ground, it will go behind the building. And yeah, so if you get good with placing your artillery strikes and let them literally walk into it, it can take most of the mechs down by 20 or 30% right off the hop.
Admittedly, I was a douche one time on HPG Manifold. I was in the basement and had an artillery strike.
And it lands on top.
Well, the enemy team was on the hill above us, so I dropped the artillery strike at my feet and I hit them.
Yes, that's another mechanic.
I love doing that.
So maybe that's something that we can practice also.
Yeah. Because one of the big things this is going to rely on is knowledge. That's the next hurdle. And it'd be awesome to think that one person can know it all and then people listen and they do it, but in the heat of battle, the more you already know, the less time you spend freezing about it.
Small laser destroyed. Heat sink destroyed.
So I've got to say, there is a lot of value in standard engines. I have started running them.
Oh yes.
I've started running them.
Oh, if you got a double torso weapon loadout, absolutely, there's survivability in standard.
Oh yeah. And I just
And
feel
that's one thing they mentioned in comp play. They said, unless it's a matter of firepower or ability, either go standard and make use of the armor, or go extra light, but light engines no one bothers with.
oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So glass cannon or stompy robot, like.
Yeah. Well, I was just the last one in my match that I'm in, and I lost a torso, I lost an arm, but I was still dealing damage. And there I go up again. So I think that the standard engine, I know it gets overlooked a lot by a lot of people, but man, I will tell you what, if you want to raise your PSR, I think that's the way you do it.
And even in the comp play, that's, it's the difference between having all the fire removed from the battlefield or only half the firepower removed from the battlefield.
Yeah.
I also look at it this way. Where's the most of the damage being dealt to on the mech?
If you're